So what if your AI could do more than just answer your questions? I mean, what if it could actually book your flights, manage your projects, or even help you build a business from scratch? Well, that future, it's not years away. It's happening right now. We're in the middle of a massive shift, where AI is going from a passive tool to an active agent. Today, we're going to break down this pivotal moment and what it really means for all of us.
So how did we get here, and where is this all headed? First up, we'll get clear on what an AI agent actually is. Then we're going to look at the incredible new tools that let you build your own. Yes, you. We'll meet the new specialized AI workforce that's already changing industries, and then uncover a really surprising trend where smaller, more efficient AI is actually outperforming the giants. And finally, we'll connect all the dots to see what this means for you.
All right, let's dive right in. We're starting with the fundamental idea that is changing everything. AI isn't just a know-it-all anymore, it's becoming a do-it-all.
This question might sound a little bit like science fiction, but honestly, it's at the very heart of what's happening. We have to move beyond thinking of AI as just a fancy calculator or a supercharged search engine. We're now looking at it as an active partner, something that can take on complex goals all on its own.
The term you're going to be hearing everywhere is agentic AI. And put simply, it's an AI that doesn't just sit there waiting for your next command. You give it a high-level goal, like plan my trip to Tokyo, and it figures out all the steps. It can use other apps, browse the web, and see a whole plan through from start to finish. It's really the difference between asking for information and actually getting the task done.
Now, here's what's truly mind-blowing: how quickly this power is being put into everyone's hands. OpenAI is right at the front of this, creating tools that let anyone, and I mean anyone, not just expert developers, build their very own custom AI agents. You should basically think of ChatGPT as its own app store now. At their recent DevDay, OpenAI announced you can use tools you already know and love, like Spotify or Canva, directly inside a chat. So instead of just asking for playlist ideas, you can now literally say, "Make me a focus playlist for deep work," and it will go into your Spotify account and build it. That right there is a total game changer.
And look how simple it's becoming. Tools like AgentKit are basically like Legos for AI. You can visually drag and drop different parts to build a really complex workflow without writing a single line of code. And the impact was immediate. Reports showed a tenfold increase in agent deployments right after it launched. People are jumping on this.
This quote from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, it just perfectly captures the scale of the ambition here. The goal isn't just about making your daily tasks a little easier. It's about enabling a single person, armed with a team of custom AI agents, to create a billion-dollar company. I mean, that is a fundamental shift in the entire economic landscape.
And all of this is leading to something brand new. It's not just about general-purpose assistance anymore. The next wave is an entire workforce of highly specialized AI agents, each designed to be an expert at specific, high-level jobs.
Take Google, for example. They just unveiled two really powerful specialists. You've got CodeMender, which is basically an autonomous cybersecurity expert that hunts for and fixes security flaws in millions of lines of code. And then there's Gemini's new mode, which can use a computer just like a person, looking at the screen, using a virtual mouse and keyboard to automate just about any task you can think of.
And this new AI workforce isn't just for coding or data entry either. It is making huge waves in creative industries. Just to give you a sense of the scale here, content created with the new video tools from Pika Labs has already been viewed over 2 billion times. That's just a crazy amount of impact right out of the gate.
Now, when we look at the leaders in this creative space, we see different strengths popping up. Pika is a master at creating that viral short-form content, and it can even generate scripts and music. Grok Imagine, on the other hand, is built for pure speed and realism, spitting out clips with perfectly synchronized dialogue in seconds. For creators, this means video production time is just collapsing from hours down to minutes.
Okay, now here's a fascinating plot twist. Just when we're all getting used to the idea of these massive, all-powerful AI models, a totally different trend is starting to emerge, one that suggests that sometimes smaller can actually be a whole lot smarter.
We all kind of tend to assume that smarter AI has to mean bigger AI, right? More data, more computing power. But what if that's not always true? New research is starting to show that clever, efficient design can sometimes outperform sheer brute force size.
This chart shows it perfectly. Samsung's tiny recursion model, or TRM, has only 7 million parameters. That's a way we measure a model's size. It is tiny compared to the giants, yet it just crushed them on a key reasoning test. And it does this with a really clever technique of recursive self-refinement. It basically thinks through a problem, and then it thinks about its own thinking to find a better, more logical solution.
This whole small is smart idea is also transforming software development. A new, hyper-efficient tool called the Graphite Agent can speed up code review cycles by an incredible 40 times. It does this by just focusing on the most critical issues. It's another powerful example of how a targeted, efficient AI can have a massive impact.
So, we've got these powerful, accessible, and surprisingly efficient AI agents on the rise. What does all of this actually mean for you, for me, for all of us?
Well, if you look at where the energy is going right now, the picture is crystal clear. A massive 60% of all these new agentic tools are aimed squarely at boosting developer productivity. And why does that matter? Because by empowering the builders, the AI industry is turbocharging the development of the next wave of amazing applications that we'll all get to use.
And when you zoom out, this is all part of a much bigger picture. We're seeing credible projections that up to 60% of jobs include tasks that could be automated. This, of course, brings up absolutely critical work on safety and ongoing efforts to reduce bias, where new models are thankfully showing progress. And holding it all up, huge investments in hardware, like the $20 billion being raised for new supercomputers. It is a complex and incredibly fast-moving world.
And that brings us to the final, and maybe the most important question of all. As these incredible tools move from the hands of a few giant labs into the hands of everyone, the question is no longer, what can AI do? The real question is, what will you do with it? What problems will you solve? What ideas will you bring to life? That is the new frontier.